Hi guys, it's Yvonne here from Serena Starshine. I just thought I'd call in and say hello and all sorts of things really. But a few days ago, I don't know if you remember, a few days ago I asked a general question, if I could help anybody at all. I'm just trying to, we've got quite a nice sunny day, so it'd be nice if we could light me up a bit, but I don't think we're going to. Anyway. Yeah, so a few days ago I asked how I could help and how could I help you all and cope in this very, very strange time. Now, I'm going to show up every day doing the cards. They're going to keep coming. But there are other ways that I want to help you. And I want to talk about some of those today. So mainly, I want to talk about how we can try and keep positive in this crazy pandemic. Now, I'm not probably going to be able to, maybe I could put you on here. If I put you on here, sorry, I've just got my laptop. I just thought I might be able to see the comments better if I come on here. I'll turn the volume right down so that if it pings, I won't see it. Okay. Am I there? I hadn't thought about this. This is perhaps a good idea. It's perhaps a terrible idea as well, but it might be quite good. Yep, there I am. Okay, so a couple of things that I wanted to talk about, mainly around staying positive in this pandemic. And a few days ago, I also shared a really great mindset shifts meme. I suppose the other thing is I've got a whole heap of suggestions to keep you positive, to raise your vibration and keep that really high through this, it's this crazy time. What can I say? Some are going to work for you. Some you will dismiss. Some you may never have thought of. Some you think, I've heard of that. I might give that another go. Some of these will work for you, probably not all of them. It depends what you want to do. But what I have done is got a massive list. Honestly, I've got a whole heap of things to share with you. And we're just going to see if any of them, if you can pick any of them up and run with any of them, then that's going to help you a lot, isn't it? So, do you see what I mean? So here's a load of suggestions, right? I'm not going to say they're all going to work. Some of them will, some of them won't. But hear me out. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so like I say, the other day I shared a mindset shift. I can't say that. I keep saying a mindset shift. And I want to first of all start there because I think that's a really useful thing. Okay. When you're thinking, I'm stuck at home, I can't get out, I'm stuck here and I've got nowhere to go and it's really miserable. Spin that round. I get to be safe in my own home and spend time with my family. Because we all know that by going out, we're running risks. So you get to be safe if you stay at home. If you spin it round and think of it that way, that's going to be better, right? Okay, the next one was about, I will get sick. I'm going to get it. I'm going to catch this thing. Well, how about this one? If I self-isolate and wash my hands, this will significantly decrease my chances of getting ill. Hi, Sherlan. How are you? If you self-isolate, I will self-isolate and I'll wash my hands, and that will significantly decrease my chances of getting ill. Okay, so there we go. We've got a nice kind of little positive spin on that. What about this one? I'm going to run out of items at home during this self-isolation. Well, I mean, we're in this situation right now. I've got to go to the supermarket this afternoon. I'm not looking forward to it, I can tell you that. But let's spin that around. You're going to run out of items at home during self-isolation. Let's spin that round. I've prepared for this and I will use my items wisely. I have everything I need now. Now, I quite like that one because you have everything you need right now. So that's okay. And you have prepared for this. You know it's coming. And so what you're going to do now is any items you get, you're going to use them really wisely. Okay, so that's what we're talking about there. Okay, the next one is everything is shutting down and I'm panicking. And how about this? Let's reframe that one to this. The most important places, such as medical centres, clinics, pharmacies, and the grocery stores, the supermarkets, and the little shops too, they all remain open. Not everywhere is closing down. Let's get some reality on this. The most important places, the hospitals, the medical centres, the pharmacies, the clinics, the doctors, the grocery stores, the supermarkets, they're not closing down. They are going to be open. Okay. And then we've got this last one of these mindset shifts. There's too much uncertainty right now. Well, I think we're all thinking that, isn't it? You know, there's just too much uncertainty. So let's spin it round. While I can't control the situation around me, I can control my actions. Doing breath work, calling loved ones, getting enough sleep and proper nutrition, prayer, and doing activities I love at home will all help during this time. So if you spin it round to the things that you do know, and this leads me beautifully on to another point. So all those points were on that meme I shared the other day, and I thought that was a good place to start. Okay, going back to the uncertainty. There are so many uncertainties now. We've got no idea what's going on. You know, we don't know how long we're going to be like this. We don't know how long, you know, I don't need to tell you, you know. So when we're really struggling in these uncertainties, let's look for what is certain. What is certain? Well, you know, let's start with the absolute basics of this. The sun is going to rise up in the morning. The moon's going to come out at night. Those are absolute certainties. So look out for those. What else? You know, your family love you. You are surrounded by love. You may not necessarily want to feel it at the moment because of the anxiety being so high, but actually, you are loved. Well, you're safe in your house. You stay, and if somebody in your house is showing symptoms, stay in our room. Be safe. Think about all these certain things. So find reasons that you can be certain about. Find things that you can be absolutely certain about. They are there, but it may be just things that you sort of dismiss. You don't really think about. Okay. Which leads me to my next one. And these are in no particular order, but these seem to go quite nicely together. The next one is gratitude. Be grateful for the things you have. Be grateful. Show gratitude for everything that is going well. Raise your vibration. Look into what is it that you are grateful for? What is making your heart sing right now? Because when we are feeling that gratitude, when we are feeling that love, fear cannot be and reside by love. It just can't do it. And even if it's just a momentary lack of fear because of this gratitude, because you're raising your vibration, because you're feeling the love, that's better than none, right? Okay, so that's another way that we can just be positive, show our love, show our gratitude. Now, this could be as simple as when you're in the shower in the morning, you just say, you know, I'm really grateful for, and then come up with 3 or 4 things. It could be writing your gratitude list. It could be in your journal, writing again about your things that you are grateful for. All those things, write them all down. Or say them, recite them to yourself. Really bring in that feeling of what is it that you are grateful for. Okay, so that's that one and that one. And that one. Okay, I know. Let's go back to the uncertainties and things. Think about your circle of influence. What can you control? What can you control? Now, there's been another meme going around that I think is absolutely brilliant as well. And I want you to think about every time you have a concern, where does it fit? Is it something that you can do something about? Or is it something that you can't do anything about at all? So, for example, you can control your own social distancing. You can control that. But you can't control how much toilet paper is at the supermarket. Yeah? So if you're worried about one, if you're worried about how your own social distancing, then you can control that. So you are in control. You can focus on that. You can say, right, next time I see somebody, I'm going to step even further away from them. So you can do something about that. So you don't need to worry about it. You just do something about it. So you can follow the guidelines. Yeah, you can follow the advice that the governments have been giving out. We know what's been going on in other countries, and we can take those things on board and say, well, I'm going to do something about that. So we're taking a positive action about these things. Okay. You can turn off the news. You don't have to listen to the news. Maybe just limit it to, I'm going to listen to the news at lunchtime. Or I always suggest looking at the news on a full tummy, because if you're not feeling okay, if you're already a bit not really anxious, but if your energy is a bit low anyway, then you're not going to respond too positively to anything. So I would watch the news at lunchtime. You can limit your social media. Now, in this time when we're all supposed to be self-isolating, doesn't mean you have to spend all day on social media. Switch it off and go and find something fun to do at home. Just find something fun to do, and it can be anything. And the other thing that you can control always is your kindness and your grace. Oh, I just kicked the thing, sorry. You can control that. You can decide how kind you're going to be to others. And then you can see that through. Okay, that's a good thing. Now, things that you can't see through, and you can't worry about these because it's absolutely nothing to do with you. It's out of your circle of control. So if others follow the rules of social distancing and self-isolating, that's not your concern. What's your concern is you and how you are following those rules. If you are self-isolating, then those people who are outside not following the rules, you don't need to worry about them, because you are doing what's right for you. They're not. They will get it. You're indoors, you won't. Now, I know it's not as clear-cut as that, and I know it's not as simple as that, but do you see what I mean? They are not following the rules. You can be as cross as you like that they're not following the rules, but where's that going to get you? At least if you're concerned about you following the rules, you can say, oh, well, I'm doing it. So I'm doing everything that I can to stop this virus. It stops. The virus doesn't move. We move. We share the virus around. If you have it and continue moving, you're moving the virus around. So by stopping and being still and following the guidelines, you are doing absolutely right. But you can't worry about what they're doing. It's the whole of the actions of other people it's completely out of your influence. You can't influence that. You can tell them, but they have to take the social responsibility and do the right thing. You can't predict what will happen. That again is out of your control. We don't know what's going to happen, but we do know that if you stay in and you follow the guidelines, your own guidelines, and do what you are in control of, then, we're in with a far better chance of this going sooner as well. How long it will react, how long it will last, and how others react is really completely out of your control. It's not your circle of influence. So you can't influence the outcome there. So it's not something that you can, or it's not something that you need worry about. Worry instead, well, not even worry, but, think about the things that you can control. Consider what you can control. What can you influence? You can influence you, your behaviour, your actions. You can influence those immediately around you, your family, your children, your loved ones. You can do all those things. Okay, so that's another thing. Think about, where does my worry, when you get that worry in your mind, where is it? Is it something I can do something about? If it is, then don't worry about it, just do something about it. If it is out of your control, then no amount of no amount of thought about it is going to make it any better. So, it's kind of wasted imagination, right? So think about that as well. Okay, what else can we do? We can get creative. We can show your creative ways in however that seems to you, however that appears to you. It might be that you start learning a musical instrument again, or even if you've got a chance, if you have this chance, if you have a musical instrument at home already, maybe now's the time to take it out and start playing. If music's not your thing, or singing, you could be dancing. You could put on plays. Your family could put a play on, and you can do those kinds of things. You could write stories. You could write plays. You could write music. You could draw. You could put on an art exhibition for yourselves. You could put art in the window for people that are going past. You see, there's all these things as well. These will lift your vibration and help you stay positive. Also, what else have we got? We've got exercise. Don't forget how important exercise is right now. Just doing a little bit. You don't need to do loads. I mean, we've got the, what's it called? PE with Joe? Is it Joe Wicks doing the PE thing in the morning, 9 o'clock on Facebook? What's he called? The Body Coach or something, I think? I'm not entirely certain. I think it's that. But he's doing really well. Or you need to just join in with him. Or if that's too much, do something else. Maybe just walking up and down the stairs a few times. Get outside as well. Get outside. See if you can do some gardening. If you can do some gardening, that's exercise and being outside all at the same time. Right? So there's all these different ways that you can do this. And one of the really, really crucial things is to catch yourself worrying about things before it gets too deep. Think, when you get that worry in your mind, just think, oh, there it is. Quick, I'll do something about that. And one really great way to deal with that moment of, oh gosh, I've caught myself. EFT. Do you know anything about emotional freedom technique? I'm also hoping that during this time I'm going to qualify. I'm going to finish my course and qualify as an EFT practitioner. But it's tapping. You may know it as tapping. And you tap on certain points around your body and you say certain things and it eases the tension. Okay, so basically you can say even though I'm really worried about this pandemic, I'm really worried, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel like nothing I'm going to do will save me from this, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now you can say whatever you like, right? The words don't much matter. But it's recognizing the fear, it's recognizing the worry, it's recognizing the anxiety, and then moving through that. And when I do these, I've noticed that I'll start here with, even though I'm absolutely terrified by this and I'm almost paralyzed by my fear, eventually I think, actually, that doesn't fit anymore. Even though I'm worried about this, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And then you think, well, I know there are things I can do. Perhaps there are more things I can do. Oh, and it's a really nice way to work through the fear actually, and the worry and the anxiety that crop up. So if you want to know more about that, let me know, and I can let you know about that. But so that's the emotional freedom technique. There's loads of videos on YouTube to help you with that if that's something that might be useful to you. But it really is something just to catch when you, as soon as you think it, tap. And they call this the karate chop point, right? And you just take 2 fingers, a few fingers, just tap as much as you like there. Then the next point is here, right on the inside of your eyebrow. Then here on the side of your eye, not the temple, further into eye, underneath, on your mustache, on your chin, on your collarbones, under your armpit, kind of where your bra strap is, and then the crown of your head. And that will be 1 round of tapping, and then you can do it again. Take a few deep breaths and then do it again with either the same script or a different script, depending on how you feel. And that's a really, really nice one to do. As soon as you catch yourself thinking, getting a bit agitated about something, that's a really nice one to do. And basically you start with even though, and whatever your concern is, and then you finish it off with I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And saying that will really, really help. Okay, what else can I tell you? Oh, I know. Now we've got the normal ones like meditation. I find that particularly useful. Making sure that you're getting enough sleep. And if you're not sleeping at this moment in time, rest. And also meditation can help you with that. So there's that. Make sure you're eating healthy snacks and meals, right? Don't rely on sugar or chocolate just to keep you going. It's not a good plan at the moment. You know that the sugary things lower your vibration. That's not what we want to do. It gives you an instant hit, so we get a peak, and then it lowers it lower than it was before. Right? So if you're here and you go, oh, I know, I'll just have a bit of chocolate, boing, doink, which is why we get the sugar rush and then the low afterwards. It does exactly the same with your vibration. Okay, so as you start to eat more and more sugary things, more and more sweets, more and more chocolate, it just kind of begins to get lower. So instead, I'm not saying don't have those sugary things, because I had some chocolate at lunchtime, but I had some raspberries with a little bit of chocolate sauce. So I had a bit of chocolate, but I had some raspberries and some fruit as well. So to kind of help keep that balance. And no, I didn't have a big spoonful of chocolate sauce and like 2 raspberries. I had a bowl full of raspberries and just a squadge of chocolate sauce. So that, just think of those things. Eat as healthily as you can. And you know about nutrition. You know that. I don't need to go into those details. You know what's good for you and what isn't. Okay, another thing is decluttering. Right? Now, this sounds really odd because if your head is going, yeah, I can't do all these things, I'm stuck inside, why is decluttering a physical space good? Because, actually, once you've decluttered it, that aspect is no longer in your mind. It's not something that you visually look around and go, another hotspot. So it enables you to also get rid of those things that can trigger you around and around. Hi, Sam. How are you? I'm doing really well, thank you. I'm doing really well. So that's decluttering for physical space, helps to declutter your mental space. Now, I want to go back to grounding. Grounding. One of the easiest ways to ground yourself when you start worrying, you start living in your head a little bit, and things get a bit heightened, and perhaps your voice gets higher and higher, and you end up getting like this. Well, if that's it, ground yourself. And this is a really good thing to do all the time. And my most basic recommendation for grounding is just to feel your feet. Where are your feet? Feel your feet. Can you feel your feet on the floor? That's it. It takes It takes the energy from up here down to your feet. Okay, Sam says, I'm still breathing. It's been really hard 10 days, but I'll make the best of it. Good. I'm glad you're going to make the best of it. Hopefully some of these tips that I'm sharing with you today are going to help you make the best of it, and you'll get through. We'll all make it. It'll all be fine, right? But it's just a bit tedious, and there's so much fear-mongering going on just at the moment, you know. We can either choose, again, it's the circle of influence, isn't it? We can either choose to stay in that fear-mongering space, or we can choose to release ourselves from that and actually get back into your reality right now. So grounding, yeah. Feel your feet, feel where your feet are. And this is a great exercise for every time you go and wash your hands. Just think, oh, where are my feet? Every time you put your shoes on, you take your shoes off. You go inside, you go outside, you put the kettle on. You know, any time that you're just sort of standing still, and it only needs to be a moment. It's not a complicated kind of 3-hour meditation you need to do. It's just simply, where are my feet? Wriggle your toes, put your heels on the floor, feel your feet flat on the floor, and that's it. Okay, so let's go back to my list again. I think we're nearly there. We've done gratitude. That's really, really important. Find everything that's certain. Meditation, grounding. Oh, help someone else. Did I mention that one? Sometimes when we get anxious about things and we start worrying and we get overwhelmed, one of the best things we can do is help someone else. Don't force your help on somebody else. That's not what I mean. But ask your neighbours, do they need anything? Do my neighbours need anything from the supermarket? Because I need to go this afternoon. So do they need anything? I haven't asked anybody yet. Have I got time? Yeah, I probably will have when we're finished here. I might just quickly pop a note through people's doors and say, if there's anything you want, let me know. You know, I can help somebody else because it gets out of my head and into the bigger needs of other people. Okay, does that make sense? So help someone else, offer your help, and it doesn't have to be doing a supermarket run. It can be something as simple as I don't know, loaning them a cup of sugar or something. You know, it doesn't have to be going particularly out of your way, but just checking in on loved ones, checking on, is everybody okay? Is everybody else okay? And it's easy to know where you're up to because you're you, and it's easy to know where you're up to because you're in your world. But how are other people doing? How are your parents doing? How are your friends doing? How are your family doing? You know, check in on those people as well. Okay, sleep, eat healthy, declutter, be creative, exercise, circle of influence, EFT. Okay, one other very famous anxiety exercise actually is the 5-4-3-2-1 thing, and this is really great for if you're so in your head that you can't kind of come down just by feeling your feet and just going, oh, there I am. If you're really beyond that point and you're almost at panic attack, have a look around and find 5 things that you can see. So 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. And as you do that, you will feel yourself come back into a reality, not in your head, a reality, and your energy should start becoming more of an even keel rather than out of kilter. When we're up here, we're not on an even keel. So there's that to do as well. 5-4-3-2-1. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. Okay, let's see. Now Shilan says, Melody, tonight is full moon. I am in infancy of my spiritual journey. Can you tell me advice on ascension for my growth tonight? My crown chakras are wide open for ascension. Okay, so it's a new moon today, so it's all about what we can manifest. It's all what you want to manifest in the next lunar cycle, really. So it's a what was the question? Can you tell me advice and ascension for my growth? No, but what I can tell you particularly, I like the way, no, but for you personally, I'm not really sure, because you're at the beginning of your journey, and you know, we don't know each other so well, so I don't know that so well for you personally. But what I can tell you is that today, because it's the new moon, it was earlier this morning here in the UK anyway. Oh, hang on, my thing's not turned on. Excuse me, just a second. Oh, it is, and it's not working. All right, okay. Don't know why that's not doing it. It was doing it a second ago. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Think about the things that you want to draw into your life and things that you want to manifest in this next lunar cycle, in these next 4 weeks, before the new moon, the next new moon, I mean, which will be in April, I guess now. So have a think about those things and see what you want to manifest, and make your manifestations wish. And you can add it to the one on the page if you like. That would be really interesting. Yeah. Just so that will be a good thing. But take it steady and take it easy. Okay, Sam says a big way people can help is offer to shop or run errands for the elderly and disabled who shouldn't be risking going outside. Absolutely, Sam, that's a brilliant way. Or pick up extra supplies for those who can't get what they need because of the hoarders and panic buyers. Exactly, Sam. That's a really good one to do, isn't it? You know, pick up extra supplies for those who haven't got any. You know, I ordered some pasta for our supermarket thing. I'm doing a click and collect because I thought, oh, well, I can pop into the shop and see if there's anything extra. And there's no pasta for me to buy. I've got no pasta, I've got no rice. They're giving me a small bag of potatoes and there's no meat. Hopefully there's all the fruit and vegetables that I ordered, but I don't know. I won't know till I get there. So yeah, I'm now wondering how I'm going to feed everybody in our family. I mean, we'll be okay, I'm sure, but I am concerned about feeding my family for the foreseeable future when we've got no pasta and we've got no rice and we've got a small bag of potatoes. You know, so if you were able to pick up something extra when you're out and about and you came across somebody who doesn't have some, it's easy to say, here's a bag of pasta, this will at least see you a meal or two, you know. So yes, I think that's really, really good. And to offer to run errands for the elderly and disabled is brilliant, because they shouldn't be going out in times like this. Okay. So I think that's almost everything. But I did want to also say, at this particular time, when we are in this uncertain pandemic and we don't really know what's going to happen next or any of that kind of thing, remember you can always call on your guardian angel all the time, right? All the time. And you can call on any of the archangels any time as well, but remember to call on Archangel Michael to cut or dissolve cords, energetic cords, and to help give you strength. If you do find that when you go to bed at night you are still worried about things, ask Archangel Michael to cut those cords, to dissolve those cords that don't belong to you, so that you can have a good night's sleep, so that you will be refreshed in the morning and not feeling weary from an empty night's sleep. Do you see what I mean? So you can call on Archangel Michael to dissolve the cords and to help give you strength to see through the next challenge, because we're all going to be challenged one way or another, and we just have to look at it like a challenge rather than a huge problem. The other one you can ask for, well, you can ask for anybody, right? But the other one that I thought of was Archangel Raphael. Of course, he's your healing guy, isn't he? So if you are, he can help you heal any anxieties, any worries, but he can also heal any illnesses that you may have. You may want to call on Archangel Raphael if you know somebody who has this virus or who is what's the word? at risk, really, who is at risk, and you can call on Archangel Raphael just to be with those people and to send them healing and the strength to get through this in one piece. If you yourself have underlying health issues, again, call on Archangel Raphael just to help you and reassure you. Ask for his emerald green light to surround you and heal you. And the other archangel that I thought was really important at this time was Archangel Gabriel. Now, Archangel Gabriel, you can call on to help with communication. And I thought this was really, really crucial at this time because everybody's reacting differently. Because everybody is reacting differently and you don't know how clear your messages are coming out or are being received. People are worried. People are anxious. People don't know if their loved ones who are ill, that's hard to say, who are already ill, they don't know how they're going to be. So everybody is at a different kind of stage, and then there are those hoarders who already have everything, so they're not worried, they're hunkering down, and then am I back? I could be. I feel like I'm back. I don't know, it kind of went for a while. I don't know if I'm still on or if it's cut me off. Let me press play there and silent that, otherwise I'll hear myself and I don't really want to hear myself. You're back. Hooray! Thanks, Carol. That's really handy. That's really handy to know. Thank you. So I was just saying the archangels we can call upon right now, the three that I thought of really stood out for me. Archangel Michael to dissolve and cut the cords of anything that doesn't serve us, and to help give you the strength to carry on through these crazy uncertain times. Archangel Raphael for healing for both yourself and anyone else that you know that needs it. They can ask Archangel Raphael, and he will be with you at least. And then the third one was Archangel Gabriel to help with the clear communication. And I think this is really important because just at this moment in time, everybody is responding to things differently. When we're slightly stressed, we don't hear properly, we receive messages differently, we speak differently, we don't always choose the right words, and sometimes we accidentally choose words that can be antagonistic, and that isn't our intention, and so the communication pathways just get all muddied up and just go wrong. So if whenever you're talking to somebody new, or if things are a bit strained in any relationship, let's face it, being in isolation with other people, we're going to get some kind of tension at some point, aren't we? Archangel Gabriel. Call on Archangel Gabriel just to help you choose the right words, for them to be in a receptive mode, and for you to be able to deliver the message that you really need from your heart. And I think that's the other thing. If we can also talk from our hearts and bear that in mind all the time, I think we're going to be more well received than if we don't. So those are my tips, okay? There's quite a few. If you want any more information on any of them, let me know. That's absolutely fine. But I also thought through this time, I'm going to be offering some bits and pieces as well to help. If you'd like some distance Reiki sessions are only going to be £15 for a distance Reiki session through this whole pandemic, as long as is necessary. They're just going to be £15. You're very, very welcome, Carol. I hope you found some of this information quite helpful. Try some out and let me know what you got on with, and let me know what worked for you, what doesn't work for you. And if you've got any tips, please share them. We'd love to hear. Okay, but yeah, so for the entire duration of this pandemic, what I'm going to do is going to do distance Reiki sessions, because obviously I can't do one-to-one, I can't do personalized sessions in, you know, in the same room, social distancing, can't do that. So remote Reiki sessions, they are still one-to-one, but remotely, and because of that, they're only going to be £15 for the entire duration of this pandemic. I'm also opening up more and more coaching sessions. So if you want a coaching session, and it can just be a one-off, it can be part of a series, and they're going to be £30 per session. They're an old price from years ago, so you know, I thought that was kind of the least I could do, really. If you want angel guidance sessions as well, so that's similar to coaching, but it involves cards, then I will do the coaching around what comes up with the cards and things. They're also £30. And then of course we've got any and all the card readings. If you want those, you know, there are a whole host of different prices. And of course it's the new moon, so I've got some new moon spaces tonight. I just have to remind myself how much they are, because I don't know. Are they 35? I think the new moon ones are 35. Yes, they are £35. So if you want any of those at all, like I say, for the coaching, it could just be you're really stuck and you want to go forwards but you're not sure how. Let me know. We'll set something up and I can talk you through, and we can do that, and we can hopefully get you back on track. Yeah. So we've got remote Reiki at £15, coaching sessions and angelic guidance sessions, both at £30 each, and then the card readings that are all the different prices that they normally are. And the new moon one at the moment is only available till Thursday, just because this is when the new moon energy is strongest. So I hope that you've managed to get some good information in amongst all this. There's lots of different ways to help yourself keep positive through these, and I hope that this information that I've given you today has enlightened you a bit and is able to give you some guidance through that. And if you want any further information, do, and if you'd like a one-to-one session, let me know and we'll get that in place immediately as well. All right, okay, so stay in touch. You're not alone. You're not alone, right? Even when you think you are, you're really not. Okay, stay in touch, keep safe, and call on the angels whenever you need to. All right. Okay, so that's me done for today. If there's any questions, let me know and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right, much love. Blessings. See you soon. Bye. Take care. Bye.